In this video with the Cash Manager, you have already gone through the first 4 steps of getting your account set up, and we have a Get Started series videos that walks you through how to do that, and then also a recap video to kind of show you what information is in the software at this point. Now we're going to go and say, all right, well, now that we kind of have some initial information, we're coming back, we have more time, and we grabbed our last bank statement. So now we need to go back and fill the information back for the prior month because we want to start from the beginning of the month. We're going to change the starting balance. And I'm going to change this here so you can see how it changes over time. And then we're going to start entering some transactions. And I'll go over the different types of transactions in another video, but just know that money out is money that you pay, money in is money you receive, transfer is moving money between accounts, and split is if you had transactions where you bought things that applied to different categories. But that'll be in a later video. But for right now, we're going to start with that we had paid Westside Storage. The reason why the payee is in there is because we have them set up on a bill in a previous video. And then that amount was $650, and we paid that on June 1st. And you can see that the category rent was already selected because the software understands that if you choose a payee that was already created, it will assign the category that was already assigned to that payee in the past. Saves you a lot of time. We're going to add that transaction, and now we can start to see that there's things coming in on our account. I'm going to add another transaction, and then this one, you can start typing, and then it will pop up. You have staff payroll, and we just assumed it was going to be the same every time just for demonstration purposes. And that's going to be June 5th, and then the category automatically is selected as payroll. And then we're going to add that transaction. I'll do one more payment, and we're paying our car payment for the loan. So $427.83, and that was on June 5th. And that automatically was selected loan payment because, like I said, it was already set up for the bills. Okay, you can see I've entered in the rest of the transactions. If you remember from the previous videos, it's all the same categories and payments. It was just another month of history going back from June instead of just being in July. So now we're going to start to see a little bit more information in the Cash Manager. So our starting balance, we had changed it to $16,157.04. And the account balance is now $18,432.17, which is what is in our bank account. Now that these numbers match, you can see that the Reconcile box pops up. We click that, and then we're going to say yes, that we want to mark them as reconciled. And what that does is it puts a check mark next to each of the transactions to say, yes, you have verified this against your banking and everything matches. And so you know where you left off, what things have cleared, and what you've tracked along the way. What this now gives us is a little more view of the tracking and the cash summary. So for the tracking, I want to show you now what we can see in June. Now we can see that the client payments that we had planned were all paid, and all of our bills were paid. We can also see that by date. So that gives you a little more visibility on how things look with more information added in to the Cash Manager. Now what this also shows us on the cash summary is we can see the money that we received for the month, and also the money that we paid out. So on the annual view, you can see all of the transactions and how it impacts for the year. And then we can also flip over and see for the month. So you can see the weeks that things came in and the weeks that things paid out, and then what the total was for the month. I'm going to switch back to the annual view real quick. And then we can see that we can filter it down by the operating checking, and our opening balance, and all the information is the same as what we entered into the account screen.